everybody had a good Monday. It's definitely a Monday. But it was cold, so I liked it. And apparently the Cowboys lost. I'm so tired of talking about it. Like, I'm really over all the Cowboys and 49ers stuff on my timeline. If y'all spent half your energy that you spend worried about football on other stuff, we might be alright. We might be alright. So, trying to see when people join. Hi, Queenie Pooh. I'm about to add you. Alright, I think I added you. Hey, darling.
Hi, can you hear me good?
Oh, Quinn, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
You can't. Okay, hold on.
Okay. Hey, Ava.
Ava, wait. Can you hear me now?
Okay, I can't hear you now either, child. Let me
Okay.
see. Let me see if everybody else can hear us. Let me see who else watching. Can y'all just let me know in the chat if y'all can hear? My brother's watching. Tony, can you hear us?
Tony, can you hear me?
I'm gonna try to log into my iPad, child.
Okay.
Okay, so Quinn, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yay! But I
But you
can't hear
can't hear me.
you. I'm
Okay.
sad. Oh, Quinn. Okay, well Tony said he can hear. But Tony, can you hear both of us, or can you just hear me?
Can you hear me, Tony? But you should be able to hear me.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's just me, child. They said they can hear both of us.
Oh. Well, hey,
Maybe
y'all.
it's me, technical difficulties. My bad. My bad. I'm gonna put on my earpiece. Maybe that'll help. Hold on. $88. That might help. All right, so y'all, thank y'all for joining. I know we got people already. So this is something we've been talking about since yeah, how long? When? Forever? Forever. So
Can you hear me?
I can actually hear you now.
Yay!
Maybe
I don't know what
I needed,
happened.
girl. Maybe I needed the Bobby Brown headset. Um,
It's your prerogative.
so, but we've been talking about it forever, and I think it was just because I have a very eclectic group of friends, and yes, correct, SAT word, and so I think all of us have different opinions about different things, and we've had some interesting conversations just at dinner tables and the phone. So we wanted to share that with the public. So
Most definitely, you're going to get
we're
the
gonna test
PG
it.
version of our conversations.
Exactly, because Ava is in the back.
She can't hear you, though, so you can say what you want to say.
Okay, so now Tony said I got feedback. What? Why? I
Maybe
had
you
to
could
be the difficult one.
turn your volume down some on your microphone.
I'm about to say I'm gonna twist it down some.
Okay.
Technical difficulties will be worked out tonight before the next one. So we trying. We trying. So yeah, like we're just excited, and we got some topics we're gonna bring up tonight. I was trying to see
Yes.
if Ashley was going to join. So I'm trying to read without the glasses. But she didn't. She didn't get on yet, but y'all feel free to comment. I have my iPad open so I can see your comments too while we're talking.
Okay.
Um, Eventually, what we're going to do is let you kind of email in or send us something to let us know if there's a topic you want to discuss. So if you have a question, if you have relationship questions, I am probably not the relationship person to ask at all. Please
I
don't
can
ask
tell
me
you
that.
what not to do.
Right, because I'm going to tell you to break up.
Listen,
I'm going to tell you if that man ain't in love with you after 3 days, dump him on day four.
at this stage in
Um,
my life, I'm with you, Carla.
no, Quinn, you're not supposed to agree with me. I'm the bad
Sorry.
one.
Oh no.
But
I'll
yeah, we're
borderline
gonna
that good and evil. How about that?
but we're gonna be able to talk about some relationship stuff and just like everything, current events, everything. So like I said, y'all just comment so that we can know what you want to talk about too. So I'm gonna bring up the first topic because I know me and Quinn have discussed this and it's gonna be very interesting. So
Hmm.
we had a conversation, and what we're seeing is that there's an increase in women proposing to men.
Baby, why?
Mm,
Why are we doing this foolishness?
I just don't understand. First of all, I got bad knees. That's number one. So my name ain't Megan. My middle name ain't Megan.
From the
From
99 to the 2000s, we
come
messed up our knees,
on.
okay?
From my 4 years at Francis Marion, dropping it like it was hot in the Legion, like I didn't have no sense, I got
Yes.
bad knees.
Hmm.
So therefore, I am not going to get on one knee, two knee, three knees and propose to nobody's raggedy son. I'm sorry.
And dang.
I'm sorry.
And dang.
But I see a lot of women are like, no, we'll do it because I know that's what we're ready to do. No, absolutely. Hey, sissy. Hey, Brandy. So, but like,
Like I
I saw
told
a
you,
video.
Carla, I will sweep the sand off the beach before I propose to a man. You hear me? If
Listen,
I'm not what you want
listen.
and you can't make that decision, then honey, guess what?
But I feel like it almost takes away. I don't want to say traditionalism because I don't think I'm ever going to have a traditional relationship in life anyway. That I've already made that conclusion. But I think it takes away from that man's ability to be the person that steps up and makes that decision. That's my problem. I don't want to do
Exactly.
that. I don't want
So you're
my
putting yourself
engagement
in a
video to be that.
position. Yeah, you're putting yourself in a position to always be the one to take the first step. Like, why would you
Girl.
want to do that?
But the man's
I
supposed to be the head of the household.
baby, listen. I want to have no thought processes when it's about my man. You know what I'm saying? I want him to make all the decisions, if that makes sense. Not all like you gonna tell me what to do. But honey, I don't want
Right.
to have to think hard because I'm gonna be held. Open the door, how do you do to turn the knob? That's how that works. Let me
Uh,
be helpless.
Pump
So your
gas? What?
day to
Pump gas?
day life
Take out trash?
too much. Yeah.
Girl,
No.
let somebody's son marry me in the next 2 years. Y'all gonna see me be real conceited.
Yep.
I'm not pumping gas. I'm not paying but maybe one bill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking out trash. I'm not washing dishes. We're getting a nanny, and I don't even have kids. We're just gonna have a nanny because I want to say I got a nanny. Okay, that's what we doing. I don't
Exactly.
need it, but she gonna be hired, and my husband is gonna pay her on a biweekly basis, and her name is gonna be like Consuela or something. So,
And she's gonna be older.
and she's gonna be older. She can't be cute. She
Uh-uh.
can't be cute. We gonna respect Miss Consuela, but she can't be cute. She just gonna be present. That's what we need you there. We need you here. That's it. But
We
it's
can
just
even
I
address
just
her as Senora. We'll be respectful. Senora, we appreciate you. Gracias.
you know, and we bilingual. We in oh God. Oh God. Okay, and I agree. So my cousin Laura said, as long as you work and have your own money, I agree with that. And I think we were raised by sisters, so I think both of us know about having a stash box. I know Mama always told me to have a stash box. I don't care what man you with. I need you to have a stash. So if you got to go, you got to go. I
Mm-hmm.
still got a stash box, and I'm single as I don't know what, but that stash box is still present, just in
Okay.
case, just in case. So like I get it. I get that the woman wants what she wants, but I'm not proposing to nobody's son.
No, ma'am. Never.
I'm not doing it. I don't have like Yeah, I can't do it. I just can't. I can't.
You
I
shouldn't
don't
have to.
know.
You shouldn't
And
have to.
some women may
I
be
need
okay
men to
with that.
take charge again. I need them to stand up and be manly men.
So I
Like
think
what Jill,
well,
you remember that saying Jill Scott did on an interview with the Breakfast Club when she says
yes,
to a man, you can tell me what to, if you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what
you
to
can't
do,
tell
then
me to
you
do. You can't
come
tell
on.
me what
That
to
was a
do.
word. That's
Because
a word.
I will let me get biblical on y'all right quick. I will be submissive to a certain
In a
extent. To a certain
heartbeat.
extent.
In a heartbeat.
To, but I'm not gonna be submissive to somebody that's not leading me in the right direction.
That part. Come on.
If you can't lead me, then I'm not being submissive. I'm not gonna
Hey,
do that.
Leisha.
Hey, Lisha Boo. Oh Lord, my sister stupid tell me I will paint my house with a Q-tip before I propose.
Baby,
Okay.
listen. And will.
Quick, fast, and in a
Because it's
hurry.
some tomfoolery. And y'all need to stop it. Just stop it right now.
But
Stop
a
the
lot of these
foolishness.
women are actually proposing to them, like getting
Ugh.
down on one knee and buying them an engagement ring and saying, "Let me go ahead and marry." We are not doing that.
No,
We
ma'am.
are not doing that. I'm not.
Not in
I'm sorry.
2000, not in 2023, not even past then. We're not doing that, ma'am. Cut it out.
We'll
Just cut it out.
shack up for the rest of our lives before I sit down and propose to you.
Listen, because you know what? Moving and separating is so much easier when you ain't got no papers involved.
Okay,
Oh,
legal,
oh,
legal.
hold on.
You stupid. You just
Hold
had a
on,
moment.
somebody. I just had a
You just
moment. I felt it. I felt that down in my shana now. I'm sorry. Oh, oh,
oh god. Okay, so Brandy said I ain't even asking her. We can go together. You right, sis. You right. You right. Because if you can't come to me and have a conversation and say, "What? Well, you know what? Let me take that back. Let me take that back." Because the idea now is nobody really knows what the definition of dating is. Nobody knows.
okay, so
So
Carla, what's your definition of dating in this state in 2023? What is your definition? I know the pool is contaminated, but what is your definition of dating at this point?
the dating pool has pee in it, and it
Mm-hmm.
hasn't been cleaned since 1997. Um, so I think that we have surpassed the idea of courting each other. Yeah, I said courting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we go into everything else before we get into an actual relationship. But I want to be courted. I want to go on dates. I want you to meet my well, I don't know about meet my family. Love y'all, my family that's on here, but y'all do the most. Y'all, I love y'all, but y'all do the absolute most. So, but I do want y'all to, I want to be courted. I want to be taken out. I want to do all the fun stuff together, and I want us to sit down and have a conversation and say, like, where's this going? I'm gonna tell you what my plans are, what my future needs to look like, and you need to tell me yours. Now, before we get to that point, I'm dating everybody. Okay, I might date John on Monday. I might date Sean on Tuesday. I might date Jim on Wednesday. I might have 2 dates on Friday because it's the weekend. Got to double it up. The
Listen,
point is, until I know that it's for sure, I'm not going to limit myself to just being with one person. Sorry.
and I don't blame you because you have to see who's going to be the best fit for you. You have to see
Exactly.
who's going to be the best fit for you. Like Kel, like what's her name? Kelly,
That's that's
Kels.
Laura, child. That's Laura.
Mm-hmm.
That's Laura.
Like you said, as you should.
Yeah,
That's your
that's
right.
Laura. But it's like I think people get stuck on like, oh, I met, Jim yesterday. Jim got a nice car, Jim got a house, Jim got a job. We about to put my all my eggs in Jim basket.
Mm-mm.
No. Jim, I will talk to you on Tuesday. But on Thursday, I might be out with John. And that's fine. That's
Mm-hmm.
perfectly fine.
Because
Until
Jim,
Jim says, this is who I want to be with, and that's you, I'm not limiting myself anymore.
mm-hmm. Because
I'm
Jim
not limiting
probably look
myself.
like he has it all together, but what you don't know is Jim probably borderline homeless. Jim got a whole bunch of issues going on. He probably got 5 baby mamas that he didn't even
5.
tell you about.
And he got one possible child. He still got to do a pending DNA
Come on,
test on.
Jim, and that's why you're not the only.
Uh, but I'm telling. We all have adults all on this live stream. Let me make sure we all have adults. Okay. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Ashley Boo. So as adults, I think that um I'm gonna go ahead and say I've dealt with the trifling man because he had some other qualifications that I won't say out loud right now. But he had some other qualifications that were amazing. And so I ignored the red flags with all the baby mamas and the baby mama drama because I was looking at them other qualifications. But now that I'm older, you can't pass up on that stuff. I don't have time. I don't have no time. I missed somebody comment. I don't know who it was. Tell Ava she can't date until she's 19. Oh, Quinn, you muted.
Yeah, I realized that because she's back here asking me 101 questions. People, I want you to understand that this is a real live event because I'm over here mommying my best mommy and that I can mommy.
That's right.
I'm picking up the teenagers from the high school, and I got a 5-year-old that says she wants hugs and kisses right now as we speak.
As we
I'm
will
on
give them
this
to
live.
you.
But she
That's
can
right, Ava.
wait. She can wait.
Don't do that.
She can wait on them hugs and kisses.
That's right, baby. We can't wait for hugs and kisses. That's right, Ava. Tell her again. Say, you better kiss me now. I'm going to be like, Ava, I'm going to call somebody's son and be like, I want the hugs and kisses. I was on a live and I thought about you.
That's right. just for a
Hold
moment.
on. Just for a brief moment. That's all I want.
That's it.
it. But yeah, I know we got off topic about the proposing, but like,
it all goes hand in hand.
It does.
Because who they proposing to?
Now, I'll be the first to admit, I think some men are, and I'm not saying all, some men are a little bit scared of what could happen being with one woman, and I understand that. But even if you're scared, please address that fear before you get with me, because I'm not going to be the one to make that move to say, baby, will you marry me? Because if I get down on one knee and I get stuck, sir, I am angry.
But
I am
listen,
angry.
if you have that fear, why are we wasting time of being in a relationship? Because you're not going to want to be girlfriend and boyfriend forever. I mean, that's almost like when people say they're dating with a purpose. Now, mind you, I have not dated in years. I've been married 18 years.
Blessed. Look at my friends with marriages. I ain't nowhere near that.
Am I an example? No. Don't come to me for no advice because I ain't got none. Ask somebody who know what they're doing.
Oh God, I think we got some married people in the comments. So I think Ashley joined, and I know
Ashley's good. Ashley's a good one.
Ashley's a good example. Ashley's been married. Ooh, child, how long Ashley been married? Because we feel like they've been married since we've been in the 9th grade, but I know it ain't been that long because it was illegal.
They technically been married since 9th
grade.
They
technically been married that long, but it was kind of illegal back then. But I think for people to get to that, oh Lord said marriage is overrated.
Lord, I'm with you.
Oh.
The amount of paperwork it takes to get into a marriage. Okay. No, it takes one document to get into a marriage. The amount of paperwork it takes to get out of one.
So,
go ahead.
I think it's overrated for the people that go into it blindly, not knowing what they're looking for. I know some people don't believe in it, but I do think that before you're married, you need to have some type of couples counseling, so that way you know what your icks are about each other. And you should know that, because if you don't, just like you said, you be filling out that paperwork to get out of it. Yeah, Ashley's been married for 17 years. So Ashley's pretty much been a full-fledged adult wife for like the whole time I've been partying my life away. Thank you, Ashley, for setting the example.
17 years in our years is equivalent to 38 years.
Right. Come on, black marriage math.
Okay.
Black marriage
math. So, with that 38 years and 10, girl, you might as well go ahead and celebrate your 50th wedding anniversary.
Let's throw a 50th wedding anniversary party right now. Yes.
Silver. Ain't that silver?
That's silver. That is silver. That's silver.
Y'all need a
So
silver?
tell Chevy you
Or
need a huge gift, a silver huge gift, because technically y'all have been married for 50 years.
mm-hmm. Exactly.
Technically.
Technically.
Technically. It's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. But we don't, okay, I think Ash is trying to join. Hold on. Right. Good job, Ash, because I'm in these streets. I am in these streets. You hear me? Hold on, Ashley. I'm adding you. Oh, I didn't get to speak to everybody else that joined, but thank y'all. Hey, Ashley, babe.
Hey y'all,
How you doing,
I
darling?
am well. How is everybody?
Good, good. We were just talking about, Chevy took you out of the dating pool because there has pee in it,
Girl,
and we thank him for
girl,
it.
because if I was in the dating pool right now, girl, I'd just be like, you know what? I'm gonna just go sit over here, drink my water, and mind my business.
Right. Because that's what you have to
Yeah,
do. That is what you have to do. Literally, that is what you have to
yeah.
do. So we
It's
appreciate it.
I totally agree with what you mentioned, Carla, about getting counseling,
Mhm.
even throughout the years, even when things are great or if things are okay. I think people think that you only go to counseling when things get bad.
Yeah, yeah.
No, because I mean, truth be told, like Chevy and I have been together for a really long time, but like even if you get married in like your, 30s, 40s or whatever, and you end up being with that person until you die, like you are still growing.
Right.
So people evolve, people change. And, especially with like our marriage, marriage, there's always some kind of change. So how do we process? How do we get through all of this? So, like outside help is always wonderful.
Yeah.
So, but the problem is, and the problem that I've seen is that both parties have to be willing. Both
Right.
parties have to be open. Both parties have to be able to accept hearing hard things and not getting their feelings hurt. Like you should be able to have the absolute worst conversation with your spouse
Oh.
and
Ooh.
and still walk away not feeling some kind of way. That took me a very, very, very long time.
Yeah, I know you. So
But girl,
yeah,
that took
I'm
some
aware.
growing.
I'm aware.
That
I'm
took me a
aware.
very long time. You have to you have to find comfort in having the uncomfortable conversations with your
Mm.
spouse, your significant other or whatever, because if I can't be 100% open with you, how well is our communication?
Right.
So
Right.
once Chevy and
I
I
agree.
figured out, like some people are always like, well, how long, why, what's the secret, blah blah blah, and like, I mean, as corny as it sounds, like communication, but even saying the hard things, like,
Yeah.
and not walking away feeling some kind of way about it. But anyways, enough about that. We're supposed to be talking about women proposing to men.
Well, I'm gonna go back to what you said because I'm not grown enough yet to have the hard conversation. No, I'm serious. Like I feel like I'm the person that once you say something, I'm either gonna cry or I'm gonna shut down. I'm be like, oh, okay. So
But that's okay.
all right, Florida, I'm done.
But that's
I
okay
ain't
because
ready.
because you need to process.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I do. If Chevy and I need to have a hard conversation and he's told me something that makes my little ears burn, um I'm usually quiet, but it's even taken me a very long time to learn to not, because y'all grew up with me, y'all know me, like my pop off is very real. So if you're coming for me, I'm coming to slit your throat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I it took me a very long time to just like put that, not bury it away or whatever, but to just actually listen to what he's saying and not only pulling out the negative of what he's saying, and knowing that it's coming from a place of love, that also helps too. You know, like he's not trying to build, you know, push me down. He's obviously trying to help me improve, or he's, you know what I'm saying? So it does take some time to get there, but with that being said, Chevy does give me the space that I need to process.
That's
because
good.
so
That's
like
good.
what I also, or what we have also learned is that, like, especially for me, don't force me to talk when I'm not ready to talk. Allow me time to process. You know, like some people are just like, let's just argue and get it over with right now. Like, no, because I know, and I can probably speak for everybody, when I say later on you'll have like a thought like, oh, I should have said this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you have that time to process, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so if you're feeling some kind of way, allow some time to process and then come back to it. I want to recommend a whole week or so, because you know,
just gonna be mad, right? Just gonna be mad. Tell Chevy I need him to go ahead and write this book so we can train these other men, and we can go across the country with seminars. Like, sir, get your life together. That's gonna be the name of the book. Just, sir, get your life together.
We're not picture perfect. We have our flaws, definitely. But again, you know, at this age, at our age, I think we have figured it out. When we were young and we were dumb. But when we're young, we're supposed to do dumb shit. You know, you can't be 40 plus and doing dumb shit. You know, so
see. Wait, Quinn.
No, Quinn,
go talk now.
Can't hear you.
Go now.
You can hear me? Can you hear me?
It got really
barely.
Low. Yeah. We don't know what happened. But back to what Ashley said about being over 40 and just being dumb. So, okay. I can say this because, like I said, we've all known each other. So I've known Quinn since, I don't want to tell my age. So, but I've known Quinn a really long time. And then I've known Ashley since 6th grade. So, like, I'm the friend that's not married. Like, they're married, children, all that good stuff. But I feel like when they were like settling down, I was like, yeah, let's go party. Let's go out with him and let's go this. And they were settling down. So I was always the one, if we all went to dinner or did something together, they were like, yeah, guess what my kids did? And I'd be like, oh, all right, y'all. Okay, great. Yeah, I went to a bar. Like I was the odd one. So it's like, now that I'm at the age where I'm like, yeah, all my friends have kids and they have marriages or like really long time relationships, I'm like, did I do something wrong?
No.
But then I had to think about it. Like, I had to mature to the point where I had to understand. Like, I had to have my fun, and I had a lot of fun. So I basically, you know, like, I feel like now I'm mature enough to address some of the things that I did, you know, the early 20s, late 20s, even my early 30s, to be like, okay, well, now I know that I can go do something else and deal with somebody else, put somebody else in my circle. And I mean, I don't think nobody on here that I dated, but I hate to say it, but I think most of the men I dated before the age of 38, it don't matter.
You know,
it was a learning process. I don't think that anybody I dated before the age of 38 that I could go back to them now and have the same experience. They don't count.
Yeah, I agree.
They don't count.
But also,
that's harsh. But you know,
well, man, I don't know. I think maybe it would depend. Maybe if you both were on the same path, like if you both, no, okay, never mind.
These N-words are, but it's like I feel like anybody that I was with before that age, though, like, honestly, I don't think that I could go back and have that experience again at my age now. I don't think I could. I don't think I could deal with a lot of the drama. I don't think I could deal with a lot of the stuff that I put up with, the cheating. And I'm not saying I was perfect. By no means am I perfect. And I'm mouthy. And I know my cousin Laura on here, so she's gonna say something smart in a minute. But I'm mouthy. And I know when somebody says something to me, I do the same thing they actually do. I hit below the belt. quick
Very quick.
because I gotta get it out. You can't
Okay.
say nothing to me, and I can't say nothing bad to you. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm learning.
Yes.
I'm learning. But like I just feel like now my relationships have a different meaning. And that's just not like that's friend relationships, that's romantic relationships, whatever the case may be, friendships at work, like everything is just different once you get to a certain age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
My
can't
bad,
speak
Queen.
personally, but just seeing my single friends and like listening to their stories, like you are right. Like
Yeah.
pretty much like 38, 39 plus, like yeah.
Yeah.
My
I can't deal with the same. I don't even look for the same caliber of men.
mm-hmm.
Like, oh God, I was the queen of, if he got a bald head and a beard, oh my God, girl. You know how many men I done dealt
Queen.
with bald heads and
Delivered
beards?
from that.
Just because they had a bald head and a
Have you
beard.
been delivered from that?
Ooh. Mm, mm. Quinn, we gonna pray on it.
I will say, and I have said this
That don't
plenty
seem
of
like you need to be
times,
delivered from it. I'm just
and
saying.
Hallelujah.
I'm just saying, like, you never know what God has in store for you because Chevy knows, like, I love tall, dark skinned men. Little did I know that the person that was for me was this. I mean, he's taller than me, but he's still like average height for a male, but
Right.
average height, light skinned, blonde
Okay.
haired guy.
Okay.
You
But
know, so
I've heard people say like you just gotta step out your comfort zone. But I swear if they bald headed, they got a beard, they chocolate. The only non bald head man that I would take is Method Man. And y'all know how I feel
Oh,
about Method Man. If you really know me, y'all know how I feel about Method Man.
oh, we know.
Now we
I saw this TikTok of him like earlier this week where he was on stage, and I was like,
Girl,
"How is he 50 plus and still looks like
oh Lord,
he's
Method
anointed.
Man.
That's God.
that?"
Method Man has me thinking, oh, you know what? I ain't even going
Don't
Back
I
to the
know.
topic.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I just think like, and I think that's the reason why I can't propose to somebody because my standards are different. My requirements are different. Like everything is different about the way my thought process is now. So for me to sit there and propose to a man, bruh, after I
Baby,
have
listen.
evolved, no, absolutely
Oh
not.
my God.
No,
So
I'm a new person.
the question is, what would like why though, you know, as things have changed over the years and how, you know, at one point men were the head of household, but now women can be head of household, and women, we've worked hard to feel equal.
Mm.
So when it comes to women now wanting to propose to men, like why is that not accepted along with all of the changes that we've changed over the, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like if we are good enough to, you know, hold same positions, fight, or, you know, like whatever against men, why in that instance do we need to like pull out the female or the woman card? Like, no, I'm the female, I don't propose to men, you're the man, you're supposed to propose to me. That's the question.
but if I propose, is he taking my last name too?
I actually know a man that took his wife's last name.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that.
Well,
I,
mainly only there was something about how he didn't like his last name, and to be honest, like it was like something that he used to get teased over, and he hated it. He hated his last name, so he took his wife's last name.
I think it's just and even though like I said this earlier, I don't think that I will ever have a traditional relationship. I don't think I ever will. But I just think taking that away from a man to say like I'm ready to propose to the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with, I just don't want to take that away from him. Because that means that
Exactly.
I know he's sure. Not only that, I'm not taking away those picture and video opportunities. Because one thing, I need you to make sure my nails are done. I need to make sure that I'm dressed properly. I need
And
to make sure that my
you want a whole production when he does his proposal
I need like people to come
because you
from the
deserve it.
floor. Yeah,
Exactly.
come from the
Flowers,
floor.
a
Dust.
whole party.
Listen, I need there to be like a full band, like behind me, singing like I don't know Lauren Hill songs. I don't know,
Oh,
just
Oh my god.
oh
that's
yeah,
how it's supposed to go.
that's how it's supposed to go. And I need y'all to catch these pictures because they're gonna be posted and y'all gonna know. And every time you see me, I'm gonna be like, hey, how y'all doing? Hey, how y'all doing?
Hmm.
Every time. I
Like,
need
oh, it's
to
so
be
good to
ever.
see you.
Y'all, I don't think I ever shared the story of how Chevy proposed to me. To
Oh,
I think I
please
know,
share.
but you can share.
Oh, I don't know. Please share.
Oh, you don't.
so I actually ruined my proposal. He was acting really odd. This was what was supposed to happen. What was supposed to happen was he had like he wrote something on a mirror. He wrote like will you marry me on a mirror, and basically what was
Oh.
supposed to happen, I was supposed to take a shower, and the steam from the shower was supposed to like make the mirror like have like will you marry me like when I got out of the shower. That was what was supposed to happen, but that didn't happen at all because he was just being a little bit too sneaky. And at that age, my like I don't know what you want to call it. I was just like, what are you doing? Why are you always in this bathroom? Who are you talking to? What are we doing? Like, what's going on? And then he was just like, oh my God, you can't even let me propose to you. And I was like, what happened? What? And so he was like, this is what I was trying to do. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, you want me to go back to bed and like play like I was asleep and then we could try it again? And he was like, no, you totally ruined it. So I was like, okay. So like I ruined my own proposal. So
Now let me ask you this: can he surprise you now? Do you trust him to do things and surprise you now, or are you still that same nosy trying to figure out what's going on?
I don't like surprises in
Mm-mm.
general just because I don't want to say that I want to be in control, but I do want to be in control. Like
Mm-mm.
I need to know the ins and outs, what's going on, because if I don't like the surprise and because I have zero poker face, you are going to know that I don't like the surprise. And now you feel bad because you've worked so hard on this surprise and I don't even like it. So Chevy has
Mm.
kind of learned like over the years, like if it's something that he knows that I like, he will try to surprise me with it. But if it's something where he's like on the edge, like, this seems interesting, but I don't know if she's gonna like it, then he'll be like, hey, I was thinking about this. And then I'll, like, and then he'll kind of like go off of my vibe.
Okay.
But I don't like surprises. So also, like, and this was just a question that popped up in my mind. Do you believe that women are now proposing to men because they have just waited too long and they're just kind of like, well, maybe he is just too scared to do it because he's afraid that I'm going to say no?
Maybe not that they're afraid that she's gonna say no. I think it's just like we're just tired of waiting.
Mm.
I think a lot of women get into relationships and instead of discussing what their intentions are, they think, and I made a joke earlier. I said, you should be in love with me by day three. But, you know, day three, girl, day three. But I don't think that, like, I don't think if they don't express themselves and say, well, I don't plan to date you past 3 years, I think most women don't go into a relationship and say, I don't want to be a forever girlfriend.
Hmm.
I think they're just tired of waiting. I don't think that that's a fear. I think they're just tired of like actually sitting and waiting for the man to make a move. I just feel like when you do that, you take that away from him, and you're not really sure if that man wants to marry in the first place. Because I don't feel like any proposal happens without talking about it first. I don't think that there's anything that happens without you having that conversation. Y'all talked about it. You talked about what it could possibly look like, but I
That's
don't
very
agree with a
fair.
woman doing it.
That's
Yeah.
very fair because Chevy had actually bought my ring well before he proposed, and he had actually told me he was supposed to propose to me the day he graduated from West Point, and I had actually told him that I wasn't ready. So,
Mm.
and at that point, I think like a year or two later was when he actually attempted to propose. But anyway, I do agree with that. I do agree with like there should be some type of like communication about whether or not, because like one person can just be totally comfortable with where they are in a relationship. There are more people now, I feel, that are just kind of like, we won't have to get married. We Everything's fine. I mean, we don't need to change anything. Like, what's the benefit of being married?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so some people are like comfortable or okay with, not getting married. And that's perfectly fine. If you can make it
Yeah.
work without like, but if you don't have the conversation, and if you are the person that's perfectly fine with how things are, but the other person wants to propose, and the other person proposes without like talking to the person that is fine with everything, then things are going to be off.
Completely off.
Yeah. So
Completely off.
yeah, I agree with you about that. There needs to be some type of conversation that needs to be had before anybody like pops the question. Like, so like,
I think we need at some point to just sit and talk to married men and ask them what was their deciding factor that wanted them that pushed them to go ahead and make that step to propose. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? I don't want to
that should
talk to
be
the
our
Kevin Samuel followers. I don't want to talk to them. I want to talk to some real grown men that actually made that decision and when they knew. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what was the
yeah.
process of when did they know and all that.
So maybe that should be our next one. We could ask some married men to give us their opinion about like their information saying like when did you actually know this is the woman you want to be with?
yeah.
How did you propose? And what keeps you in your marriage now?
T had actually brought up in the comments, I'm just kind of going through some of the
Oh,
comments. T said, if I ever propose to a man, which I will never do, I would always wonder if he just said yes because he didn't want to hurt my feelings. That's a very valid point,
oh,
and I think that men actually feel like that way too.
yeah,
Um, but
yeah. And see, that
that
would be
yeah,
me.
that's
My
actually
feelings would
tough.
be hurt.
But I
If
do
he
feel
said no,
like,
my feelings would be hurt. I would fight him
but I
and
do,
everybody that was there.
yes.
I
But
would fight
and
him.
that goes back to what you were saying, Carla, about how like there has to be some type of conversation where it's kind of, I mean, not even saying like, hey, I'm thinking about proposing to you. How do you feel about being my wife? Or how do you feel about being my husband? I think it would just need to be like, hey, we've been together for this amount of time. And I'm just kind of thinking like, how do you feel about where we are now? Or, like, have you ever thought about us being married? And then from
Right.
there, like from that conversation, you can kind of like gauge like, oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that. But yeah, so then you can kind of go from there, because then she then says like, no, I don't want to be married. But the male wants to be married, then y'all really need to have a conversation, because, you know, y'all might need to, break up maybe, because if he actually wants to be somebody's husband, but she doesn't need a husband or want a husband, you know
Right.
what I mean? Like, how much further will, or how much longer would their relationship last?
But I think like and back to what that's my god sister. But back to what she was saying, There's no communication before that. He just says yes because people are there. He doesn't want to hurt her feelings.
Yeah.
Does that mean that you go through with everything and go into the marriage knowing like I don't want to do this? That causes even more
It
problems. Like Quinn said earlier, you
does.
gotta fill out all this paperwork to get into the marriage. But look at all the paperwork you got to fill out to get out of the marriage. So you've wasted this time getting into the situation that you know you don't want to
Yeah.
be in. So I agree. I agree. My
Yeah.
bad. I forgot to thank everybody for it's like a bunch of people that joined that I haven't said thank you to, and I can't see now. So appreciate you. Thanks everybody for joining.
Thank-
I appreciate it. Hey Sean. I think that's Sean.
Hey,
Yeah,
Quinn.
that's Sean. Oh,
Hey,
hey, Quinn. How's it
Harold.
going? Girl, I'm glad you can see Ashley.
Hi, Lakia.
Okay,
Roommate,
okay.
college roommate.
You're so stupid. But yeah, so this was like really good conversation, y'all.
Hi,
I'm really excited that we did this. So we know for the next one we need to find some married men.
or
Married
if
men.
anybody
One or
else
two.
wants to drop a
One or two
question,
married men.
One or two, Quinn?
One or two. Yeah.
y'all want me to
One or two?
volunteer
Okay.
Chevy for the conversation?
Well, that was gonna be my one. So
That
hey,
He
was
over
my
here
vote
like,
too.
what? What are you
hey
talking
Chevy.
Hola, Chevesco.
Yes. We are
about?
bilingual. We are
Or maybe we can
bilingual.
ask people to give us some topics that maybe they
Yeah.
want to hear about.
Yeah.
Maybe like to like, hey, this is something that I thought about and I've always wanted to ask a female, but I just haven't had the courage to. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And we'll keep you anonymous. We won't announce you. So maybe what we'll
Hey
do this
Sharon.
week is oh hey. Now I can see. Hold on, now I can see. Okay.
You got
So
the
maybe
button
what we'll
girl.
do I know I didn't realize I could do that. So so maybe what we'll do is like I'll set up an actual page for the actual mood and Monday mood and chat.
Yes.
And that way people can send it to the page and you can send it to us anonymously. We won't announce you. And then we'll be able to announce the next show. So we're
Yeah.
excited. Thank y'all so much. I know we said 30 minutes, but clearly it's 7:47.
I think we
I'm
need to make
So
sorry.
it an
I
hour
turned it. I
anyway.
came in late.
oh you did you said hour?
I think we should make it an hour.
You such an overachiever.
That way, like we can possibly cover multiple questions
Yeah.
in an hour.
Yeah, I think we should. I think we
Mm-hmm.
can. And maybe we can come up with a segment to go so we can all have like a fun segment to do at the end or in the beginning. We can do something different.
Yeah.
We definitely can. We definitely can. Thank you, Sean. We just
Hi,
said that.
Sean. Oh my gosh,
Thanks,
that's
Sean.
cool.
We're on it.
We are
Yes.
on it, Sean. We working on it. We working on it. But thank y'all so much again for joining. I know everybody got stuff going on. I said
Yes.
this
I'm
before.
so
They
sorry
got
for being
kids
late.
and marriage and all that other stuff. I'm just over here chilling. I'm about to go watch some reality TV.
I'm
But
done mommy and I got everybody in the car and they won't
everybody,
leave.
Hey,
hey
boo.
children,
Hey, everybody.
hey children,
Boys, y'all say hey since y'all won't get out the car. Look.
hey handsome. Come on, Mr. Westwood. Oh goodness. But again, thank y'all. I appreciate it. We're definitely gonna do what
I hear you. I'm sorry. Get out. I thought you was muted. Bye, Ava.
oh god. Bye
Oh,
Ava.
bye, Ava.
Bye
Bye.
baby.
It'll
But
be
thank
better
y'all
next week. I'm
again.
gonna get rid
We'll
of all
do
the
this.
extras, but yes.
Yes, we're gonna have this technical difficulties together next week, and we're gonna make it better. So thank y'all for joining, and y'all have an amazing